Back here on Southeast Sports Plus on this Wednesday. Always excited to have new friends of the show joining us. We do have one right now, Victoria Newsome out of Spartanburg,
Yay!
South Carolina. Victoria, good to see you, number one, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's good to see you too and meet you both.
Yeah, great to meet you. We're excited that you're now a part of our show.
You have been obviously, in and around sports for a very long time. I know you've only started there for day 3, but what are you most excited about as you get to know that area from the high school perspective, the college perspective, things that translate into the professional perspective as well? Just give us a background about what you're most excited about as you start your first week.
Absolutely. First of all, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm very new to the South. I'm excited to experience that SEC culture and go to football games. Football is my favorite sport. Getting to know the coaches, the players, the staff, the community. I mean, I'm ready to be out there in the mix of it. I came from Philadelphia originally, so I went to Villanova University and I did a lot of their athletics there, and then went to grad school, decided to take another year, and I went to Columbia University for grad school, and now I'm here. I also was on a team. I'm an athlete myself. I was on the Villanova dance team all 4 years, competed. We brought home some hardware, and I love sports. I know that this is my passion, and, I'm ready to get rolling.
Victoria, so I'm a noted Philly hater on this show.
No.
I mean, I don't know if it's just the Eagles and having to grease the poles and everything, treating like, they win something and then the entire city, goes crazy. But between that, the Phillies, I mean, most of my sports fandom align directly against Philadelphia. I'm a Cowboys fan, so obviously I hate the Eagles.
I could have guessed it right now.
I'm also a Cowboys fan, so.
Yeah, 2 Cowboys fans. I'm a Mets fan, so that hurts because they don't even ask me about what happened earlier this week. But I will say, we do have 2 things, or we have one thing in common with each other. It's the fact that we both came from the North, moved down to the South.
Yeah.
This is my first year, or I've got 1 year in the books now. Down in the South, and I was shocked by the first year because I just grew up with the hustle and bustle. I didn't grow up in New York City. I grew up in upstate New York. So when I first moved down here, I was like, I didn't really know what to expect. But the first year flies by, especially when you're covering the SEC. I can say that. But the Philadelphia, you'll probably hear a lot of jabs from me on the show about it.
Hey, I'm in my Kelly Green right now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And I'm a Patriots.
Just don't ask me about Nick Sirianni.
Oh, man.
And I'm a Patriots fan, so if I have to hear about Tush Push or Philly Special one more time, my goodness. But obviously we cover the SEC, and you don't have to say the SEC because obviously you grew up in a different region of the country. But did you have a favorite, as you're watching college sports, did you have a favorite conference you like to cover? Obviously Villanova was your squad to cover. We'll get into more Villanova in just a moment because obviously they're top of the world right now with what happened in New York. But overall, did you have a favorite conference you really liked growing up?
Yeah, I would say the irony of it all, I really liked the SEC.
Nice.
Growing up, I always thought that I was going to go to a big football school. Growing up as a kid, my dad actually used to play in the NFL, so when he would go on scouting trips, he originally played in the NFL and then he went to the front office. So when he'd go on scouting trips, he'd come back with different hoodies or shirts in different SEC places, just like a piece of what he was doing he brought home. And so I kind of fell in love with what color I liked or what was that team. And then I eventually started watching as well. So it was great.
Wait. Point of inquiry. Is your dad Ozzie Newsome?
No, I get that all the time.
Okay. Well, because you
mentioned
mentioned that track. You mentioned that track. I guess no relation to Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, Vincent Newsome.
Very
So
cool.
he worked as the director of pro personnel for many years. He's happily retired right now, but he helped build the entire Ravens org from a personnel standpoint. So it was exciting to, be a big football kid.
Right. So is that kind of where your passion for sports came from? When did you decide this was the industry you wanted to be a part of?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me we always grew up going to, of course, Ravens games because that was the team he worked for, and then Orioles games. So I got to witness Baltimore sports. But for me, I really clicked in when I was able to, be down on the field and actually see media. And I was like, that's so cool, like cameras, production, like reporters, sideline. I was like, what is that? How do I do that? So that was like my first like epiphany to sports. And I always tried to play sports as a kid, all kinds, like baseball, like softball, all of it. Like I tried to really entrench myself in different sports, but I never was a ball sport girl. I learned very quickly.
Sounds like me.
I was more into the arts and individual sports like equestrian. I used to ride horses as a kid. So that was kind of my first love, and I've loved football ever since. I went to a Super Bowl, so that was cool. There's a picture of me holding the Lombardi, which is really rare as a 10-year-old kid for Super Bowl 47. So definitely best day of my life there.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about Villanova and your time there in college. Because Villanova right now, it seems to me, if you were talking about blue bloods in college basketball that aren't in the Power Four as far as the conferences go, because obviously you have Kansas and Kentucky, but they align obviously with the Big 12 and the SEC. How is it for you at Villanova, a place that is known so well for not only its academics, but its athletics, and then just being a part of that vibe, that student culture there, and then being able to graduate as Wildcat?
I absolutely love being a Wildcat. My 4 years, or 3.5, but 4, felt so strong. I loved the Big East. It was obviously my first time getting to experience the energy of going to games, but not only being at every game, but actually down on the court performing in all kinds of places and being able to travel with the teams, specifically basketball. So I worked a lot with their women's and men's basketball teams. So being able to see the Jay Wright, we had 1 year of Jay Wright, which was my freshman year. So being able to see his last year before he retired was incredible. We went to the Final Four. What a time, being able to witness it. And then after that, it was just being able to see how basketball changed. We had a new head coach and how we were able to cover that. And so that was like my first experience getting to know different teams because, of course, transfer portal, we were having different players coming in and out every year. Like that's how it is right now. But being able to get to know them and get to experience the Villanova Wildcat life, like V's up everywhere you go in that area. So it was truly a dream come true.
Victoria, I grew up with the old Big East, with Syracuse, Cincinnati, West Virginia. It's so funny because I say this story all the time. I grew up a diehard Syracuse fan, and I ended up going to the school that was one of their biggest rivals in West Virginia. I actually remember actively hating West Virginia my senior year of high school before I even decided to go to West Virginia because they played in the NCAA tournament. There's a funny text message between my friends and I, and then I end up going to West Virginia. So I have to ask, to a fellow Big East fan, old Big East or new Big East?
New Big East.
Really?
I really like this new Big East. I will say that.
Wow.
It is intense.
Yeah.
And I know, like, for me, I did also a lot of St. John's coverage being in New York. So being able to see St. John's be so dominant in person and like how they've rose as well. I know that's awful to say as a Villanova person at the same time, but they were really dominant in being able to see that team develop. And also the talent is insane. I mean, there's UConn.
Yeah.
So UConn is it's just a big sigh every time you have to play them. So, yes.
Victor, I know you're just now in your first week, but so far, how are you enjoying being down in the South and there in Spartanburg?
I absolutely love it. I moved like last weekend all the way from New York. My moving truck actually came the day of the Knicks parade. So
oh, wow.
I didn't account for that.
What a crazy day to try to move.
It was insane to move. And then coming down here and setting everything up and being able to explore like downtown Greenville or Spartanburg, the towns around here has been awesome. And the food is really good. I've noticed that. So it's exciting.
Good. Have you gotten a bless your heart yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, it's coming.
I'm getting used to the y'alls and ma'ams. So
Yeah.
I'm getting used to all of it.
Absolutely. Obviously, you grew up in a football household. You were around the game a lot, and your love for football will carry you into this job really well because you have both South Carolina and Clemson, one in the SEC, one in the ACC. What are your favorite parts about being able to get to know both these programs that sit in a really unique part of the country with strong traditions and looking to get back to national prominence?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their traditions, like you said, they're historic, and being able to see the program, especially like Shane Beamer, he's amazing. He's taking this program day by day and being able to see, hey, last season wasn't super strong. We know, we saw their record, but they're hungry to keep going and get at it. They're ready to go. Being able to know, hey, they didn't have spring ball due to the renovations. They're ready to kind of keep it forward and keep finding those guys that they want to form their offense into, especially, Lenoris Sellers, he's back for senior year, so I'm excited to see how he takes it, especially, this is the big year, get that draft prospect look. And then in terms of the ACC and Clemson, I've never been to Clemson either, so I really want to experience what it's like, down there, getting to meet everybody, getting to experience Dabo. I'm absolutely thrilled because I hear all great things, especially from everyone here.
You got to let us know. This has been a running joke with our friends over there in Spartanburg. If Dabo ever falls down the hill, you got to be the first to let us know because, I've been to Death Valley. I actually went to Clemson before I even went to LSU's Death Valley. Obviously, we've got the Battle of Death Valley to open up the year in the fall. And, I didn't really have anything to compare it to, so I was the embarrassing one to say, Clemson's is better. And I was like, uh-oh. I learned pretty quickly I probably shouldn't say that. And,
Patrick.
Well, I've only been to the one at LSU for Zach Bryan concert, so I still haven't been for
a football game.
But I'm sure the prices for tickets are going to be absolutely outrageous to offset, Lane Kiffin's $40 million offer and everything.
I will say, running down the hill, the way they get in the bus, right before the game and drive around the state, it's just such an odd tradition to me. But, the people there love it, so you might be cool.
You go down the walk, and then you just hop in a bus for 40 seconds. You ride halfway around the stadium.
Who came up with that?
Touch Howard's Rock.
I can't wait to witness that.
Yeah. I will say the fan base is pretty electric there. But I did want to ask you a question. We opened up the show talking about the NCAA passing the new 5-and-5 year eligibility rule for college athletics. I just wanted to get your take and what you thought on the whole rule.
Yeah. Honestly, it shocked me when I heard it. I know we've been hearing a little bit of rumors going into it of will this happen? Will this actually be enforced? But when it actually happened, I was like, wow. I couldn't help but feel bad for those 2022 people right now who thought, they would have another year. And then now it's all right, well, everyone after you can. Kind of feels like something's ripped from them. So I think it's a great idea moving forward in college sports, especially with there's no 27 or 28-year-old, 6th year, 7th year. You're not having that happen anymore. And also redshirting. So being able to see this new era is super, super exciting. But my heart goes out to those 2022 athletes right now who thought they were going to have an extra fall.
Yeah, no question. I think I know the answer to this, but your favorite football team growing up? Were you in the New York area, or did you cheer for your dad's teams?
So for NFL, it was always the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I was a biased child. Absolutely love them. But in terms, as a kid, I always loved Alabama. So that's something I will say.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my dad had Nick Saban as one of his coaches back in the day. So he knows him pretty well.
Right.
Very
right.
cool. Well,
yeah.
I'm a Vol. So
yeah, she is.
Yeah.
We might get in some arguments this fall.
A final thing before we let you go. Obviously, Villanova, they got the Nova Knicks. We'll let you brag on your on your former Wildcats winning the NBA championship. How exciting was that for you and just everybody who went to that school?
It was a sense of pride just raining through all of us, all the alumni in New York City, prepared to be sick of us. We were posting it. We were saying, oh, we have the Pope, we have the Nova Knicks, we have an NBA championship. It just kept going on, and I've never been more proud. I was just so ecstatic for that team and Jalen Brunson getting it and the way they got it. It was just, New York was absolutely packed. You couldn't walk. It was just sardines and just cheering and people just running around, and just the blue and orange lit up around the sky just made me feel so happy. I honestly almost cried because I was like, this is beautiful. Amazing. This is New York City.
Yeah, it's amazing to happen in that town, and with all that history, it was really special, and led by, of course, the Villanova guys. Thank you so much, Victoria. Obviously, congratulations on the new gig. We're so proud of you. Say hey to your great team, and we're looking forward to keeping up with you down the road.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm so excited for this.
The feelings mutual. My friend Victoria Newsome joining us from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Excited for her very bright future. You can already tell right there in that interview. Coming up next here on Southeast Sports Plus, we'll talk a little bit more NBA draft as it relates to the guys that were in the SEC just a year ago. We'll talk about that and more.